chances twice in the last 14. Maybe a chance here as it's centered in front. Marchenko stopped by Stolars. Nylander cuts to the middle and forced back by Gudbranson. There's a move on Gudbranson and a shot. And Benoit stopped there by Merzlikins. It slides back the other way. Pass Rick wide. Broken up, and here's Nyes on a break, and Merzlikins makes the stop short side. Tavares looked for it in the corner. Marchenko able to work it loose. And now Kent Johnson, who had an overtime goal here last year, to Marchenko. And Monahan, that's easy pickings for Stolar. And swung that across the goal mouth. Played back to Fantilli. Now Provorov, Matejchuk, Fantilli shooting, fought off there by Stolar. A big rebound, back to Matejchuk again, and Fantilli right on. And the rebound will be dumped out off the stick of McMahon. Riley there, and he'll hand it back, and they stay onside. Werenski with a knuckler that's easily played by Stolars. Gets it to Nylander. Watch there by Provorov. Center, here's Tavares, and it's off the stick or blocker of Merzlikins and out. Riley back with Olivier chasing him. Carlo off the skate to McMahon. Turned over, and a big stop there by Stolars. Off Cole Sillinger in. Van Riemsdyk jarred along the boards by Benoit. Van Riemsdyk with a goal in each game against Toronto. Here's Lawton moving in. And Merzlikins got a piece of that. Back the other way, Jack Johnson. Justin Danforth trying to track it down. Tanev up the boards. Kept in at the line by Fabro. In behind the net, Danforth. Fourth line out for both teams. And Dante Fabro shoots. Deflected in front. Lawrence with it. And he'll backhand it out to center. Fabro off the boards and played back in by Aston Reese, who broke a long scoring drought against Colorado on Thursday. Werenski, that went off Lawrence right to Merzlikins. Turned over again. Dick Robertson scores!
An errant play is it. Good job of Lawrence making the play, but now you get a goaltender into your skates, and just a great play by Holmer. Holmer takes a man to him, knows he's not going to get a shot away, and what a view there for Merzlikins. I don't think ever really saw it. Robertson gets down, gets ready, and the quick release. You know, for him,
case to be part of the Game 1 lineup come the playoffs, Chris.
That doesn't hurt, though, and you're not going through the playoffs with 12 forwards. Trying to get that through. Sillinger knocked it down. Nylander retrieves. Here's 88 in front with a move. And Merzlikins stayed with him, but
moving, and he's going up against Werenski. Does a nice job of slashing the stick and getting it. Holds it to the outside, and you can see that read there by Sillinger. Sillinger does a flyby thinking Nylander's going. What a great aggressive read across, and Merzlikins.
Kent Johnson's got it. Werenski trying to sift it through, and that shot stopped by Stolar. The rebound out in front, and broken up there. Nyes called down, no call. Werenski plays it again. The fans react after the officials don't. Zach Werenski, and that's off Stolars. Leafs with a chance to clear, and well, he's looking dangerous again tonight. After a hat trick on January 22nd, it'll come to Matejchuk. Final minute of this opening period. Nyes with a steal. The Michigan and Merzlikins stopped it. Wow. Nyes came close.
You're all over the puck here. He takes a look. It's rolling to help him, and Merzlikins just got there in time. Watch the puck. Look at it. It's perfectly rolling for him, and then a one hop, and he, oh man, almost got it underneath the blocker there.
There's Kent Johnson, who is from Michigan. Well, Port Moody, but played in Michigan, and Stolars covers up. But the guy from Minnesota, Werenski, 3 shots on goal in the first, had that one blocked. It comes out, and maybe Nyes with a break. Here's Matthew Nyes, stopped by Merzlikins.
He's been having 26 goals, 51 points. He just separates himself from the traffic, got his head up the whole way, and clearly had in mind pulling it across 34.4 kilometers, but the puck at the end.
The soft hands are, well, maybe not in Olivier's case, but soft hands with the puck anyway. And that'll be absorbed by Merzlikins. Fired that wide of the net, and Matthew Nyes starts it out the other way. Marner with Matthews driving the lane. Matthews to the net, and Merzlikins stopped that.
Now Marner's got his head up. Why? Because look at the drive through the middle. There's another one that just kind of bobbled for a second. How about that hand-eye control?
Last leaf defenseman to score. That was in Utah 10 games ago. Werenski with the puck and off the boards, off the glove of Benoit. Back in. Chance Robertson. Robertson scores! Doubles down! And the Leafs have a 2-0 lead.
And in the middle of it, second period, you get a change. You get the fourth line. And how about Domi doing an excellent job of keeping this one alive? He's still up there from the end of his shift. And there's Nick Robertson again. Just settled that thing down. You just dust it off and look at the quick release in that triangle before the 5-hole pad can get down.
Unable to get the shot away was Fantilli. Back the other way, McMahon. Got Morgan Riley with them. Riley, and he tried to slide it back. And a defensive play made by Provorov. McMahon centers. Tavares couldn't reach it. Back to Riley. In behind the net, McMahon's on it again. Bobby McMahon to the line. Carlo across. Riley sends that to the net. Big rebound. Nylander scores! William Nylander has 43. And the Leafs have a 3-goal lead.
For both chances here, here's McMahon. He knows he's got Riley, slides it across. Instead of the shot, looked like he had a lot of the net. He tried to slide it across, but the second chance coming here. Riley with his head up, rebound there, and that's a shot that Nylander can play. Watch the patience of Nylander. You're right about how.
For Columbus, Matthews is in. Drops for Marner. Back to Matthews. And it slid just past the post.
Looked like a game was maybe close. Here's the give and go as Matthews back to Marner. There's an excellent save, and it just hits.
Matthews takes a look, and he's going to idle it. Head off as Morgan Riley takes over, and out comes Nylander to the attack. There's Nylander cutting in. Nylander scores! He's got two! And now, 6 away.
Now you got a change, and that's just a lazy, sloppy change that William Nylander makes you pay. A little cutback, and just perfect as a...
There's Marner. Matthews back to work with Nyes. Matthews in front. Oh, Merzlikins kicked that away with Nyes on the doorstep.
Great crisscross at the line. Matthews got his head up, waits the timing alone, and I'm not sure how you could call that a diving or a tripping call. He makes the save.
7 Leafs with points in the game. Morgan Riley a pair of assists. Here's Van Riemsdyk off the post.
Goaltender. Here's that rebound. Van Riemsdyk, watch, off the stick, through the legs, just a little tip of the...
Marner back to Benoit. In the middle, it's Matthews. Nyes is going to pile up behind the net, and Provorov goes down after bumping. Nyes in front, and he scooped that out of midair. Stop by Merzlikins, scores! Austin Matthews!
Believe it. How about this hand eye? You know, players do this all through warm-up. There's Nyes, gets 2 whacks at it. Marner stays with it. And then Matthews, stay away from traffic. Even took a step backwards, and that's a goal scorer's goal. Just rip that.
And the clock starts to tick down. The fans saluting this performance by the Leafs. Anthony Stolarz won his 60th career game on Wednesday. He's got his 10th career shutout here tonight. Second on the season.